Hello students, I hope you all are doing well. Yes, and as your exams are coming nearby, I thought that it's better to complete with your syllabus for 21, 22, whatever is there. So this is the last poem from the book Flamingo. Rest I have already uploaded and explained. For any further doubts, you can reach out to me using the comment box. So make sure you make the your optimum use of these videos, you utilize it for your learning, and for any doubts also you can reach out to me using the comment box. Today we will be starting with the last poem from the Flamingo, and this is the last poem as per the syllabus as well for 21-22. Okay, and Jennifer's Tiger. So let's get started and understand what is it. It's a beautiful poem, I would say. Now, we will start with the paragraph by paragraph. And Jennifer's Tigers. Now, and Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree, they pace in sleek, savouric certainty. What does it mean? Now, Aunt Jennifer's tiger prance across a screen. Prance means what they're jumping over here and there. Okay? Bright topaz denizens of a world of green means tiger habitat is what it's forest, so they are and Jennifer's tiger is also having a habitat of themselves, that is tiger. They do not fear the man beneath the tree, means they don't have any fear of the man who is under the tree. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty, means they are well behaved, they are very good. Now, what does exactly mean? See, Anne Jennifer's tiger doesn't mean that she owns a tiger or tigress. It is what she is embroidering. Embroidered हो रहा है. So doesn't mean that she is having a pet. She is keeping a pet as a tiger or tigress, but she is embroidering, and her embroidery is explained so well over here. If you see, there is a lot of hidden meaning over here. Let's see the first paragraph hidden meaning first. Okay. And Jennifer's tigers prance across the screen. Means like tigers are always in the cage. They don't have that much of space to move, jump, and all that. If you have seen anytime tiger, and I'm sure at least you might have seen in the picture. And if you have not, then the above is the picture I have just pasted of the tiger. You can see, right? So tigers are the one who don't have much space, but over here, Aunt Jennifer's embroidery tiger is having a lot of space and moving a lot and jumping over here and there. This is what bright topaz denizens of a world of green. Topaz is what? Topaz is a yellow gold sand which is very shining. So over here it is explaining like they have such a beautiful structure and all that, the personality and all that looks, I would say, beautiful, yellowish, beautiful, goldish, and all that. A world of green means in a forest. They are having in a forest. They do not fear the man beneath the tree. Like we people, they do not fear. Actually, in the forest, if you see the at times, they have a fear. Na? They have a fear of hunting and all that. But over here, this forest embroidered tigers, they don't have any fear of the men who are under the tree as well. They pace and sleek chivalric certainty, means what? They are well behaved and they are well good. Behavior is quite good. So over here, if you see now, this is a contrasting idea over here. And Jennifer is a lady, okay, this poem is of older times, where women were considered down from men. We are lucky enough that we are not in such generation. People are developing not only by education, by developing them by educating their heart and brain and as well. Where such but before what used to go, women were looked down guys. They were considered just for the homes. They were not supposed to go out. This all used to be there. So this those days poem it is. So Anne Jennifer's tiger is somewhat from that age only. Now the contrasting idea is what? In the second para you will come to know in detail that it's a contrasting idea. The tiger which she's embroidering is having a lot of freedom, and a tiger is not having any fear of the men who is under the tree. But Aunt Jennifer herself is scared of her husband. That you will see it in next paragraph as well. So let's move. I hope you have understood first paragraph, right? So let's move to the second one now. Now, the Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. Fluttering matlab shivering. मतलब ये fingers है ना shake हो रही totally. Find even the ivory needle hard to pull. means she's unable to pull the needle as well for embroidery. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Jennifer's hand. Now, what does this paragraph mean? This paragraph means that as I said you that you will be understanding in second paragraph how Aunt Jennifer is scared of her husband and how the contracted idea is there. Like she is embroidering the tiger who is free, who is not even worried, and who just jump over here and there, and who is not at all worried about the men who is standing who is under the tree. But at the to the contrast, if you say Aunt Jennifer who is embroidering, she herself is what? She herself is scared of her husband. This is what the second paragraph is saying. She's so scared of her husband that her fingers are fluttering, quivering, means shaking. जब वो embroidery कर रही है तो एकदम shake हो रहा है. What is the reason of it? कि कहीं उसका husband आना जाए, कहीं उसे डांटना पिट जाए, कहीं वो चीजें ले नहीं जाए. Now there is an example in recently there is a movie, if you I remember, Sand Ki Aankh 1. Over there also it was shown such figures, like what happened. The women, she used a sewing machine, and she did the dress for her daughter, I think pant or shirt something. And over there in her house we say as Tauji Sarpanch, he was also Sarpanch of village. He came and he saw that. What did he do is he just burned that pant and t-shirt, and also he threw away the sewing machine. This was the status of the women before. Means in short, the women were not allowed to do what they are like, and if they're doing, they were really very scared. So this was the status of Aunt Jennifer as well. She was not allowed to do what she liked, and she knew that somewhere that her husband, if her husband sees, or if her husband comes all of sudden, her husband would torture her, her husband would scold her, and probably beat her as well. So she was very scared, and due to her such behavior, due to her scariness in herself, worried in herself that she is not able to do anything, due to been bearing such torture, she was unable to do the embroidery as well. Ivory needle means what? The needle is made up of ivory material. She was unable to put the needle and to pull back. ऐसे हम जो needle डालते हैं धागे से तो ऊपर लेते हैं, वो भी she was unable to do. Okay, the massive weight of uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Now, what is she trying to say? ये जो ring है उसकी, the wedding ring, the wedding band says that she's married. Now she is feeling that that is also quite burden for her. It's quite weightful, means weight बहुत ज़्यादा massive weight है, but actually weight it's not about the grams and all that, because the wedding ring and all, it's hardly up 2 or 3 grams. It's not that he has given a diamonds and golds in it that it would be quite heavy, right? Massive weight. But actually what does this weight means this is a weight for her. This relationship, this beautiful relationship, which everyone feels that this is a beautiful relationship, and the ring is the one of the best moment for each and every woman, but that for her is worse. Why? Because for her this relationship is a burden, because she's been tortured over here. She's been not allowed to do what she wants to do. Her dreams are totally scattered. She's in a painful situation, so she feels that 2 to 3 grams की जो ring है ना, वो भी उसके लिए बहुत बड़ी एक burden है. It's a burden for her. She always feels that she is of no use, and this ring is also of no use because her relation is just nothing. It's not giving her anything except the torture, burden, and she is like enslaved by her husband. She is not free to do what she wants to. So that's the way she's trying to say that it's been heavily burdened. Understood? Let's go to the next paragraph. So the next paragraph, stanza is continuing with the aunt only. How difficult her life is. Getting married to her is getting married to the man was one of the worst decision, I would say. But obviously women's were not having any option. They had to get married. You have to get married today also. It's the same scenario, but the situation is better. Before it was like women's were looked down. They were not allowed to work. They were not allowed to do whatever they like at home as well. But today the situation is better, much better. There's no comparison, but still some parts it has been practiced still, even though if it's cities or town or it's villages where people thought process have not changed, still it's the same situation, right? So now let's see further. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie. मतलब जब वो आंटी मर जाएगी उसके जो टेरिफाइड हैंड्स हैं वो ऐसे ही लटके रहेंगे, मीन्स डरे हुए. ओके. स्टिल रिंग विद ऑडिटल्स, शी वाज मास्टर वाइफ. मीन्स वो रिंग उसके उसमें ही रहेगी फिंगर में और उसको हमेशा याद रहेगा दैट शी वाज मास्टर्ड बाय, मीन्स शी वाज रूल्ड बाय दैट मैन. ओके. द टाइगर्स इन द मैट पैनल दैट शी मेड, वो पैनल मतलब वो कपड़ा. ओके. पैनल दैट शी मेड विल गो ऑन prancing proud and unafraid. And she's saying the tiger which she has embroidered will go on jumping proudly and will be unafraid, would always enjoy a lot. Now this paragraph is saying what actually? The aunt is saying that my life is now going to finish soon, even and my whole life would be the same. I won't be able to change now because I am been so suppressed, oppressed by the men that I cannot do anything. My husband has already tortured me a lot, and in this era women cannot speak anything according to her. So she said that I don't have any other option. I have only option is to just wait for my life to end. And she is saying that my whole life was what mastered by my husband. I was not allowed to do anything. I was being tortured. Though everything this was happening, she could have actually embroidered a tiger in a cage, but she embroidered a tiger who is panting over here and there proudly and enjoying roaming over here and there. This shows, this picture, this contrasting shows that actually Aunt Jennifer wanted a life, a woman. She wanted a life that she can do whatever she wants. She wanted to live her life. She wanted to live her life freedomfully. She wanted to enjoy her life, and she wanted to be not be mastered by anyone. She wanted to be her own master, but this all she couldn't get it, and this all she tried to show it to the through her embroidery picture of tiger who is prancing, who is enjoying, who is free, can go anywhere and do whatever one, and who is actually not been scared by the men under the tree as well. So that's what the picture is giving the message to us. This is the hidden message. So I hope you have understood this poem well, and this is a really beautiful poem. Every poem has some or the other hidden meaning. So I hope you have understood this meaning as well. Aunt Jennifer's tiger. Actually, she was not owning any tiger, but what was it? It was her embroidery. Okay, let's move further for figures of speech. So the figures of speech for this poem is, and also if you haven't gone through my figures of speech videos, please go through it, because I have recorded each and every figure of speech and it is explained in detail, so that if in case you have any query, you can actually solve it out by looking over there as well. And you can reach out to me with the comments with using the comment box as well if any problem in figures of speech. Well, if you're unable to relate it, if you're finding it more you need more examples, then you can reach out to me. But don't forget to watch all the 4 parts of the figures of speech, and I have covered entirely most of the figures of speech, and it would be really very helpful for you from the exam point of view as well. Okay, so let's get started with the specific figures of speech for this poem. Personification. Personification in easy language, I would say, a human quality is given to non-living. For example, trees sprinting. So trees are running. So it's a human quality. So it is what personification. Okay. Now, trees dancing. Again, it's given non. Now, the tigers are personified throughout the poem when they are described as proud, confident, and unafraid of man. Now, this quality of proud, confident, this all is what? A quality of a human being, and has been given to tigers. So it is personification. Okay. Synecdoche. Synecdoche means what? Synecdoche. Synecdoche means terrified hands. What is it? Synecdoche matlab kya na? When a part of it represents the whole or vice versa. For example, when I say you, the Indian team has won, doesn't mean that we all Indians were playing. So that Indian team is representing entire country India. So that is also a synecdoche. Okay, same over here. Terrified hands is representing not only the hands of the woman but women as well. Women as well. That's the reason it's synecdoche, because it is representing. Okay, terrified hands. A part represents the whole of vice versa. Vice versa. Transferred epithet. Epithet means what? Adjective. When adjective is transferred, it is known as this figure of speech. Example: terrified hands. Now hands, like for example, when you say it was a tiring day, so day was not tiring, you are saying it's tiring, so you are what doing, that is also example of what? Transferred epithet. Now when you're saying it was a nice wonderful day, it was exciting journey, so journey was not exciting, you felt it exciting, understanding? So it's what? Transferred epithet. And same over here, terrified hands. So hands are not terrified, you are saying you are feeling scared. Okay, so that's what it is known as, what? Transferred epithet. Next, pun. Pun is nothing but, as I said you, it's a double meaning, in short, literal and the implied meaning. Ringed. Ringed is why it's a double meaning over here, as it is there is a duplicity of sense in this word. Ringed means what? One is the wedding band ring, actually, ringed, and one is ring which you are actually, scared by, due to that ring you're burdened with the relation, ringed. Okay, so one ring is what? That is a master. You are mastered by your husband because of that ring, and the one is wedding ring. So ringed. Okay. Irony is what? When there is a contrasting idea, in the same figure of speech, there's a difference between irony and paradox, which I'll tell you. Don't worry. Weak and submissive woman waving a picture of the tiger that are strong and fearless. मतलब क्या है ना, reality, actually the word is reality. When it's far from reality, irony we say. The woman who herself is weak and she cannot speak for herself is waving a tiger picture who is quite strong and fearless. So that is irony, far from reality, in short. Alliteration, when the sound consonant sound F is there, fingers fluttering, that's why alliteration. Okay. Imagery means what? When you go into the imagination world, through the language, through the words, through the language, that is known as imagery. Now if you see bright topaz denizens, this is making you imagine a bright colors, beautiful colors, gives you the good imagination of the tiger, a bright picture. That is the reason it is imagery. Next. So the next is symbol, and Jennifer has been used as a symbol of male. Now over here, what does it mean? Male oppression and unhappy marriage means what? Prolonged cruelty and all that. So she's been used as a symbol over here. Okay. Tiger symbolizes free spirit. Wedding band is a symbol of unhappy marriage over here. Hyperbole is what? Weight of husband's wedding ring. It doesn't mean that actual weight, it means what? She's an unhappy marriage, she's in an unhappy marriage, so that is the weight of the wedding ring over here. So over exaggerated sentence it is. Paradox, sentence is contradicting itself. Okay. Fluttering fingers produce tigers who prance with certainty. The fingers who are trembling, that fingers are producing the tigers who are freely jumping and roaming over here and there with certainty. Understood? So that is the reason it's paradox, and irony is what? Which is contradicting to reality, and paradox is what? In itself, the sentence is in itself. When you say, as I give you the example of this irony, that the aunt herself is under the suppressed, mastered by her husband, but she is what? She is drawing a tiger, embroidering a tiger who is not having any fear of the men. So that is irony. Reality say opposite. Over here it is what? Contradicting itself. The sentence is contradicting itself. Fluttering fingers means trembling fingers producing the tiger who prance with certainty. I hope you have understood well, and if you have any other doubt, you can reach out to me anytime. And also don't forget, I have already said you, I have uploaded 4 parts of figure of speech where I have covered almost all of the figures of speech in detail. If you have any doubt further for figure of speech as well, you can reach out to me. And as per the syllabus, according to my knowledge, for 21-22 English class 12, I have completed with the last poem as well from the book Flamingo. So Flamingo book has been completed, Vistas is still left, so don't worry for it. And I would request you to cross check as well first, okay? And you can just prepare your exams with me, you don't need to worry, as I have uploaded Flamingo book completely, which are there for your exams, the chapters and poems which are there for the exam. In case of you have any doubts related to syllabus and all that, and in case if something has not been uploaded and you have it in your exam, please reach out to me using the comment box again, right? Till then, bye bye. Take care. Thank you for watching my video and stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe it, and also ask your friends and contacts to subscribe to my channel. Okay, stay tuned, stay happy. English with Bhavana.